Hi. Today I wanted to investigate two assertions that are often made on the website that have always puzzled me, and I wanted to get to the bottom of them and to see what was what. It's not my intention here to hurt anybody's feelings or anything. I just wanted to clarify the puzzle for me. The first thing that puzzled me was the statement that if you disconnect plug wire 1 from plug 1, then plug 4 will stop firing, plugs 1 and 4 being on the same coil. And similarly, if you disconnect plug 2, then plug 3 will stop firing. The theory being that one or the other of the two plugs on each coil has to be connected in order for the coil circuit to work. So I wanted to investigate that. The second statement that's made, and I began to think that maybe it was related to the first, is that the coils don't have to be grounded. And I thought that maybe if the coils weren't grounded, then maybe it was true that if you disconnect plug 1, then plug 4 will stop, or if you disconnect plug 2, then plug 3 will stop. So I wanted to run a couple of tests to find out what the relationship is, if any, between those things. So the test I'm going to conduct in a minute is to run the bike and disconnect plugs 1 and 2. Now, if the theory is correct, then plug 3 should die because plug 2 is disconnected, and plug 4 will die because plug 1's been disconnected, and therefore none of the plugs will fire and the bike won't run. Now, if the theory is not true, and that then the bike should run on 2 cylinders, so that if I disconnect plug 1 and plug 2, plug 3 will continue to fire and plug 4 will continue to fire, and the bike will continue to run on 2 cylinders. So that's what the tests are about to find out. Let's just see what happens. So in this test, what I'm going to do is start the bike on 3 cylinders. Plug 1 is connected, plug 2 is disconnected, plug 3 is connected, and plug 4 is connected. I'm supporting plug wire 2 way up out of the way to make sure that it doesn't arc against the case or the engine, and thus possibly provide a ground for the plug 3. So I'm going to start it up and rev it, because it probably won't run well on 2 cylinders, if at all. And then I'm going to pull plug wire 1 and we'll see what happens. So clearly it runs on 2 cylinders with plug wire 1 and 2 disconnected. That kind of disproves that theory. The next thing I want to investigate is whether or not the fact these coils are grounded makes any difference. So I'm going to shut off the video and I'm going to free the coils from the frame, and then we're going to repeat the test and see what happens. In this test I've disconnected the coils from the frame, so they're just sort of hanging here, not grounded against anything. And again, I've got plug wire 2 disconnected and up in the air. And so I'm going to repeat the other test. I'm going to start the bike, rev it, and pull plug 1, and we'll see what happens. So it seems not to matter whether the coils are grounded or not. The bike does continue to run on 2 cylinders when plug 1 and 2 are disconnected.